and the question of the day is, what is love? Now, I know a lot of us have a really interesting perspective on this topic, of course, because it's sort of universal at this point. But I just really wanted to let you guys know that I'm so excited to talk to you guys about it. It's a really tough question at the end of the day, because a lot of the times people don't really have a concise answer to give. I'm going to give my input, and then we're going to open it up for the people in Discord to answer as they so choose. It's good to see your familiar faces here today. Remember, if you want to be a part of the stream, all you have to do is go to my Discord, and boom, you can give your answer. So, when it comes to the subject of love, I feel like I should be playing Marvin Gaye right now because, you know, he's that guy. When it comes to the subject of love, that's a really like rocky road for me, because of course we can talk about like paternal love, like the one, like the kind that your parents show you or something like that. We can talk about romantic love. We can talk about friendship love. But at the end of the day, I kind of want to get to the root of what I believe love, like the raw essence of love actually is, which is hard to do. It's really hard to do. So I guess if I were to try and sum it up into words, I would describe love as a force of nature that promotes the betterment of its kind by encouraging mutual understanding and reciprocated favors. We can also describe it as a chemical that's released in the brain. I don't quite know the name of the chemicals. I'm sure somebody in the chat will know as soon as I open it up. But to be honest, I can't say that I quite know what it is, because we can describe it with words. We can describe it with poems. We can describe it with songs. We can describe it with heartbreak, with good feelings. But at the end of the day, it's a really abstract concept. I heard it put in this movie called Interstellar. Dopamine. I think that's what it's called, dopamine. I heard it put in this movie called Interstellar. Here, I'll pull up the chat. Have you guys seen Interstellar? It's a movie where basically, it's starring, what's his name? Shoot. What's the guy's name? The guy in freaking Interstellar? I'm like drawing a blank here. Anyways, he has like a Western accent. He'd probably be really good at playing McCree. Oh, Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey. Anyways, so the premise of the movie is, you know, they're traveling in outer space and they have to go through this wormhole and get to this this area that has like these new planets to explore where they can possibly save humanity. That's the premise. I'm not gonna spoil it. I promise I won't spoil it. But essentially, there's a line in it that talks about love and how it's like a universal thing that transcends time and space, and it's the most powerful force in the universe. It was kind of corny, but when I thought about it more, I kind of understood what was meant by it. Because throughout history, it's always been described as a force. You know what I mean? You can say that it's a chemical in your brain, it's a way that you act, but when I think about the word love, I think about some sort of immeasurable, almost magical force that drives people to go out of their way to do something that is far greater than themselves. So if I were to sum up the word love, that's probably how I would sum it up. That's really good, actually. You know what? I'm going to give myself, I'm going to give myself an applause for that. That was good. That was good. That was really good. That was really good. But with that being said, I think that's my take on it. What I'm going to do now is open up the floor to anybody that feels the desire to go ahead and call into the Discord. You know what? I just thought about this. It would be really nice to upload these as audio clips to SoundCloud. But yeah, I'm going to upload it. All that shit. We're going to go ahead and take calls now. I'm going on in. All right. First up in line in Discord, he is known as Shadowless King, but this is the boy Kier. Kier is coming online right now. Hello, Kier. What is good? Welcome to ALE episode 2. What is love? How are you, man?
What's up, bro?
How's it hanging? I'm just chilling. I think I might have broken my Cintiq pen, and that's concerning. But what about you?
I'm good, man. But to answer your question about love, dude.
Yes. Let's hear it.
It's this messy, stupid, funny feeling you get in your chest, whether it be romantic or platonic or something.
Mm-hmm. You call it a, so you'd say it's a feeling? Or, sorry, go ahead.
I mean, it's very much a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But love is realizing someone's faults, accepting who they are, even though they may want you to make you kill them at times. But,
maybe, yeah. I can't front. That's a thing.
Like for example, love comes in different forms, though.
Wait, hold on a second. Volume is major low. I'm gonna turn that up.
Okay.
All right. So, talk again. How's it now, guys? Go ahead and say something.
Yo.
All right. I think that's better. Yeah, I turned you up like hella. Also, Source, hello, welcome.
Yo.
All right, say something.
I think people are saying it's still a little low.
You're both quiet? How are we both quiet? Guys. Guys, wait a minute. How, Sway? It's fine? Okay. All right, let's go. Go ahead. All right. I'm going to start the timer now.
Yeah. Okay. So love comes in different forms, like, romantic or platonic, but the love you may have for your friend may be different from the one you have for your mom or your girlfriend or something.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of girlfriends, I literally just got one.
Okay, congratulations. Hold on. I'm about to hit you with the applause. Congratulations. Okay.
Yeah, she's very cool. I don't love her. Yeah, I can't really can't explain it like that, I'm in like with her. That makes sense.
And like, what does that mean?
In like, basically, like, I like her a lot, but like, love, it hasn't gotten to that point.
Mm-hmm. Understandable. How long has it been going on?
About 2 months.
Okay.
But yeah, but as I was saying about love is this, it's human nature, in all honesty. Love can be used for you and against you. Like, how you have in those animes where, like, the supervillain kidnaps, the main protagonist's family members or friends because they love them.
Mm-hmm.
Love is strength and love is weakness. It makes us rise to the occasion and sink into nothingness.
God damn.
Because it can build us and destroy us at the very same time.
You right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, as in, like, you write books. Yeah. So yes, this makes sense. What you're saying is very, very well put. Sorry, I just had to make that note. Yeah. Go ahead.
And basically, like, it's amazing and dangerous to love somebody, because, like, when you love them, you put your all into them. You put your trust, your faith, all of that into them. And if they break that,
what happens if they break it?
You almost hate them, essentially. And sometimes it may be even hard to hate somebody because you love them so much.
So that brings me to my first question for you.
Which is what?
Would you say that love and hate are two sides of the same coin?
Correct.
All right.
Because they're both such strong emotions of the same thing. Passion. You can passionately hate someone, you can passionately love someone.
Damn.
For example, here's one. one of my friends back in high school, she did some fucked up shit to me, and I had every reason to hate her. I really did, but I couldn't. I couldn't find it in myself that I was mad with her, but I didn't hate her.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't.
So
and that.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, why couldn't you hate her? I mean, because
like,
you had every reason to, right? Or what was your reasoning?
I mean, like, she played with my feelings, sort of.
Sort of.
I mean, I like basically when we were children. It was a long time ago, back in middle school. I stopped talking to her for a very long time. That was really fucked up for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, she kind of led me on to think that we'd still be friends. After I essentially emotionally tore myself apart in order to fix what I had done.
Okay. So,
and
what upset you was that you gave so much and received back so little.
Exactly.
I see. Okay.
And like I had every reason to hate her and curse her and do all that shit, but I couldn't find it in myself to do that. Because she was my best, like she's my best friend. Like,
that's my best friend.
I used to love her romantically, but now it's more of a platonic thing.
Also, you have 40 seconds. That's just letting you know. Is there anything that you want to get off your chest?
Yeah.
Do you have a message for her?
Love is simple and yet so hard at the same time.
I fuck with that.
That's what I gotta say.
So it's complex, man. It's complex. That is crazy, because you would think that just because you say you love somebody, it should be a very simple thing. But sometimes there's really layers to this shit, you know?
Yeah, like onions.
Yeah, like onions. All girls are like onions. You know what I'm saying? And love is like onions too. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, listen real close, man. First of all, congratulations on getting your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys have a happy time together. Don't get too crazy though. But but seriously, dude, like thank you for calling in, and also appreciate her, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate her.
Also, Ali?
Yeah.
One last thing I gotta say.
What's up?
The TMNT story, nigga.
The what?
The Ninja Turtle story.
Yeah, how's that going?
It's going great.
Good. I was mentioning that he's a writer, so I'm just getting people background real quick. I was mentioning that he's a writer, so he's actually writing a story, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but like humans and way crazier. So yeah, that's it.
You gotta read it, my guy.
Are you done?
No.
Oh, okay. Hit me with a link.
I just need you to read something.
All right, hit me. I like to read.
All right. Okay, I'm saying.
All right, clean. Thanks for calling in, man.
No problem.
Deuces, bro.
Deuces.
Man, love is a really interesting topic, man. You got to realize how universal this is. I feel like I'm actually curious to know if there's anybody that actually doesn't love somebody. You know? Like anybody. There probably is. There's probably a lot of people like that, but I haven't really met anybody like that in my lifetime. I think it'd be really interesting to meet someone like that. Anyways, up next we got Shepard Free. He's coming in right now. What's up, Commander Shepard? Welcome to Ali episode 2. What is love? How you doing, man?
Hey fam, how you doing, man?
Bro, I'm bulling. I'm chilling right here. You know what I'm saying? In the studio, out here. No, let me stop. But yeah, wow. Bro. What you think of the question? You ready?
Yeah, man.
Timer starts now. Boom. What you got?
Hey, look, to me, man, love is friendship, just that respect, that empathy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lot of people kind of attribute love to relationships and, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, stuff like that. But
absolutely.
I sent you that link earlier, and like I really believe that like romanticism like just really killed the whole idea and just made the whole thing just broken, overly complicated, you know?
So I know what you're talking about, but elaborate for the people in the crowd that may not know what exactly you mean. So if you could give them a brief summary of, like, you know, what you're talking about.
Basically just how the pressure, like the pressure in society of, you know, you've got to like find that perfect husband, that perfect wife. You got to, you know, fall in love, get married, have the whole fam, like have like all the kids, everything. And just all of that pressure gets put onto it. And it makes it so damn difficult that it just destroys it. Like it never works out, especially nowadays. Like we see that shit all the time. So my question for you is, if that is not the ideal situation for love, what is your ideal like situation for love when it comes like I
to
said,
romanticness?
man, like just, you know, you've got the respect, you've got the empathy or whatever. Like, you know, being romantic with somebody can just happen.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to like squish it into a box of, you know, we're gonna get married and have 3.6 kids and this and that, whatever. Like that's just, you know, someone that you love, and you know, you just happen to be romantic with them, you know.
Of course.
I mean, if the marriage like happens to work out or whatever, fantastic. But you know, just striving for it and trying to treat everything in life like a damn Disney movie, it's just a bad idea.
And but you know,
idea.
The hardest part about that is actually finding somebody that would agree with you on that.
No,
you know,
I'm fully aware of that.
Yeah, that's the hard part, because I completely get what you're saying. Okay, first of all, I'm a lover boy. You know what I mean? I love getting flowers, going the whole extra mile, like doing extra stuff, you know. I'm a romantic guy, but at the same time, I gotta manage that. That's why it's really, really scary for me to fall in love with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you.
Lord have mercy. But yeah, what would you say, like, your... I want to give you the choice here. What would you say is your best or worst experience with this kind of love? Which one do you want to talk about? I'm curious.
I mean, if I understand your question correctly, that would have to be my ex-wife. I mean, we got a daughter together. We got a daughter together, and about the time that she got pregnant, it was just, you know, kind of like not working out. But obviously, you know, baby comes along and you feel that societal pressure, like, you know, well, you got to stay together now.
Yeah.
But, you know,
because you got shit to do now.
Exactly.
Yep.
And, you know, we ended up staying in a relationship. We didn't actually get married. I just call her my ex-wife because it's easier, but
might as well.
Yeah, we stayed together for a while, and, you know, it ended up not working out. But like right now, like she's my best friend, you know, just because we have that love and that respect and that empathy for each other, and, you know, and also we've got the child, so we don't, you know, we're never going to drag her through stuff. Like you see a lot of people being real petty when they get divorces and shit, and they use their kids as weapons against each other. And like we agreed from the very beginning, or from the very beginning of the breakup, like we're never going to do that to our child. So, but no, that's my best experience with love right there.
Hey, I'd have to say, honestly, when it comes to the ex-wife situation, you probably got out really good out of that situation, because a lot of people can't say that they are actually cool with their exes, you know?
Well, and that's something that we get a lot, and more so for her. Unfortunately, like she's like dated dudes since me and her broke up that just absolutely refused to believe that me and her could be cool and we weren't still like fucking or whatever, you know?
Oh,
sorry for the language.
No, it's fine. I know what you're talking about.
They refused to believe it, like, at all. And it's just not the case. Like, we just really just get along.
Oh, wow.
It
you have 22 seconds, by the way. Shit, I forgot to let you know.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
Is there anything that you want to say? Like, last parting words?
No, just love the new format, fam.
You do? Sorry, let me stop.
All right, bro.
All right, man. Thank you so... Oh, there it is. Here it go. But yeah, man, seriously, thank you for calling in, man. Like, bro, listen, shout out to the boy Shepherd, man. Like, it's crazy how long we've actually been knowing each other. Like, I don't know, bro. This shit still blows my mind, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. This whole internet thing is insane to me. But... yeah, man.
The best of times and the worst of times, fam.
True. I'm glad that, you know, you were able to work things out with your ex into an optimal situation though, bro. Like, seriously, bless, because that turned out as good as possible, you know? So yeah,
Yes,
man.
indeed.
Thanks for calling in, bro. Much love.
All right, bro. Yep, love.
That's the man, Shepherd, man. Freaking love that guy. It's cool as hell. I fixed my pen for a very brief second and then it broke again. God damn it. But he did really he had a really good point when it came to like overcoming your differences. I feel like that's what love is too, you know? Being able to overcome your differences with each other. And essentially, you can do that with somebody that you would previously consider an enemy. A lot of people, when they disagree with people, they like to put them in this category of being an enemy. If you're not with me, then you're against me. Therefore, we can never be cool. We can never be friends because you disagree with me on XYZ. To me, that's bullshit. That doesn't work. It's lame. It's lame. And I feel like it does take a degree of having love in your heart to be able to say, you know what? I accept this. I don't like it, but I'll accept it. I feel like love is acceptance. I feel like that's really love too. Let me know if I'm wrong. But next up, we got Ashy Wizard. You've ascended with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, man. You've out here and man, look, I hit you with some Ali the hype, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, dude. Seriously. You can watch the VODs now. But yeah, that was a real answer from Shep, man. We got a Royal Savage coming online next. Let's hear what a Royal Savage had to say. She actually came on earlier on the first episode. It was really interesting because she presented a very thought-provoking answer to the question of what does it mean to be human. And also, Lima Zulu, welcome. All right. Remember, guys, if you want to hop into the Discord, feel free to do so. A Royal Savage is the only one in line right now, so this is your time to shine. All right? Let's go. A Royal Savage. Welcome, A Royal Savage, to ALE episode 2. Welcome. What is love? How are you? I love hooking people up with that. Huh? Say what? You cut out.
We're good. I have our interview tomorrow, so
I'm gonna let you know right now, real quick, that you sound like RoboCop. It's not your fault.
No.
Okay, wait. You're good now. Wait. Talk again.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, you're good.
Oh my God.
Where is she,
okay.
Mars?
Whew,
yeah, it's all good. It's all good. All right, so you got the floor now. I'm about to start your timer now.
All right. So I was thinking that, or I always say this, that love is about sacrifice, like what you're willing to sacrifice for like friends or family, or I'm even throw in pets, because pets are like really important to people, like how you have your dog and whatnot. And also like in terms of like romantic love, like I think the value of that sacrifice kind of goes up, because just like I think Shepard was saying before, like it's just there's like a lot at stake. So the sacrifice, like it's gonna mean more to you, but like that's what makes like romantic relationships like a little bit different than like ones with friends and family, because there's always kind of like a constant platonic love that occurs. There's not much risk of your family or your friends like leaving you and things of that like that. And I don't know if anyone saw the Mr. Rogers movie, like it's just like documentary about him, but it presents love in a transcendent way. Like everybody should see that. Like if you like want to just see love kind of like transcend as like just an emotion, because like there was like this gorilla that like he ended up going to meet Coco or whatever, and like it was just amazing the sign to language see this gorilla. Yes, the sign language one. Yeah, so by the way, like Mr. Rogers, because there's like a point to this, he weighed in like at 143 pounds most of his adult life, and like he believed that 143 was I love you, and like it tripped me out because I was like, everybody was like using that on the internet at some point, and like I never would have thought Mr. Rogers came up with that, but it's ironic that it was I love you that sort of flooded into the internet, and like we don't know how that occurred, but like that's from him, and like it transcended, you know, into the internet sort of on its own, just like Coco, you know, the gorilla.
Damn. Yo, this is crazy. The fact that this is actually like a thing that happens actually blows my mind still. Isn't it amazing how I guess things just happen like that? Like it's hard to describe, but I was just thinking about how interesting life is today, and shit like that just kind of reminds me like, dude, like there's a lot of things that happen all the time that we don't understand when it's initially happening, but later on we're just like, yo, and it blows our minds. You know?
Yeah. Like I was just like brought to tears watching that film because like I was like, I don't understand what I'm feeling, but like it's deep, and like it's like, how the hell is this gorilla like signing to him? Like she's communicating with him like feelings, but like it's because humans taught her sign language. Like it was just like a lot to think of. And then also I wanted to add, each person kind of has their own way of loving people. Like, you know what I mean? It's like if like each person has their sort of brand of love, like they show you love in like this specific way, and then it's kind of up to you to see that, as opposed to wanting them to treat you how you imagined like you would receive love from the, you know, like this person. So then there's that too, like people love in different ways and they show it in different ways, and it's like kind of hard to catch on to that if you're like if you just happen to not catch on to like, oh, like this person does this way because they love me. It's not how I thought love would look, but that's what love looks like.
Different strokes for different folks.
Exactly.
Yeah, essentially, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. You have like about 1 minute, by the way, just letting you know.
Okay. All right. So yeah, do you have any questions?
I was actually gonna ask you, I think my question for you would be, I kind of want to ask you the same thing that I asked Shepard. If you had an ideal situation of love, would it be leaning more towards romantic or something else? This is with like a significant other.
I think I'm going to be honest and go with romantic because I have lots of platonic love in my life. Like my circle of friends that I have are extremely close to me. Like I've been friends with them for like at least 10 years type of situations. And it's like, we've been through the ups and downs too, like not talking, like arguments, like whatever the case is. So
absolutely.
I would say that, like, especially like in this life, like romantic love is kind of rare. So I feel like if this is a life I'm living, like that's kind of a love I would want to experience, since it is sort of like, you know, sort of like fairy tale-ish or like magical, but it does occur like on a real level for people, depending on, you know, if their brand of love like matches up with each other. Woo! I did it.
You did it. You actually did it. I'm not gonna lie. That was clean, yo. Hold on. Let me hit you with the applause. That was great. Man, look at you, man. Look, I just want to say that I am so happy that y'all are enjoying this, because I always like would wonder, like, man, like I would love to do like talk stuff, but I feel like it's not entertaining and people wouldn't care, you know what I mean? But I was just like, you know what? I don't even care, man. I'm gonna do it anyway. So yeah, man, I'm glad, man. I'm glad. I feel like it's bringing people together, and it's like, it's cool because I like talking to people, you know? I really like that. But man.
I will say too that, like, I don't even remember like how I found when I started following you, but it's because I could tell. I was like, he's gonna blow up, like he's gonna, and I was like, I'm gonna stay like following him, and I'm gonna like genuinely like comment on his posts, like I'm not gonna fake it, and like that's why I'm super proud. Like you're putting out content, and then like you're just behaving exactly how I thought you would. So like, good job, man. Like Great job, and
Man.
thank you as well.
Oh, stop! I'm gonna put my screen on black because I can't. My face, I can't do it. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so
All right.
let's hear what other people have to say. Thank you so much. Having fun again.
All right, Royal Savage. I'll catch you later. Thank you for calling in, yo.
No problem.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Man, this is great, guys. I did kind of snort nastily. Liquid Ninetales, you know what? You're in the call right now. You're going to be in the call. I'm looking forward to hear what you have to say. Because, yeah, man. I actually look forward to hearing what everybody has to say. Because the thing is, what I love about this show is that you can get so many different perspectives, right? And it's probably the same reason why I like watching podcasts or listening to podcasts, because you get one person's point of view and another person's point of view usually, or just one person's. But I like hearing people that think differently than I do, and I think this is like the perfect format for it. And mind you, this is going a lot smoother than the first episode. When this goes on YouTube, it's gonna be dummy lit. The fact that chat is up on the screen gives people something to look at. I also want to have a little like sound thingy right here, but yeah, anyway, sorry. Let me not be distracted. Up next, we have Liquid Ninetales coming through. I'm curious to know what Liquid Ninetales has to say. Hello and welcome to the ALE show. You are here, episode 2. What is love? Liquid Ninetales, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Did you see my face? I'm gross. Oh my God. Sorry. But yes, I'm curious to know, obviously, what you thought about the question. You know what I'm saying. And you know how. Hey, Quesadilla, thank you for the host, by the way. Appreciate it. Right now, sorry, I'm gonna start your timer after I say this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, thank you for the host, Quesadilla. Right now, we are doing episode 2 of ALE. Thank yous to you. Liquid Ninetales is online. 5 minutes. What you gotta say? Let's go. Boom.
Okay, so I feel like love is its own entity or like energy of sorts, and it kind of like does what it wants or has its own mind. Like for example, I feel like you're born into like this world, and I don't feel like I chose to love my family, but because they cared for me, I just do love them. And I don't know like why necessarily, but I do.
Sorry, go ahead.
And
I'm bugging. I like this.
And I feel like romantically, you can choose who you want to invest your like time and energy into, but you can't choose when you're gonna love them, because some people fall in love like really quickly. Some people it takes a long time. It kind of just comes when it wants to, or it could just not come and you guys just don't click like that, and you never like actually love them. And I also, another reason I feel like it does this once is you hear stories about people who are in a relationship for like such a long time, and then one day they're just like, okay, I don't like feel the same way anymore, or that type of love towards you anymore, and now it's just gone.
It just
and
fades
they can't
away.
really explain why, but they just don't feel that type of love anymore. Another or like when you're watching a show, because I just watched My Hero Academia, and I started like realizing halfway through that I actually like feel real emotion towards these characters. Like I actually care about them, and I don't know why, but they just appealed to me, and I just cared about them through watching the show. So I feel like love kind of does what it wants, is how I would describe what love is.
If I had a snap sound bit, that'd be it right there. Love does what it wants. Reezy, okay. Let me not answer anybody in chat right now. This is about you. So I totally vibe with what you said. How did you come to, so you said that you came to this conclusion through watching anime?
Oh no, I didn't come through this conclusion to watching anime. That was just like another example of like how love just kind of pops up.
Right.
I didn't have an answer to this question for most of the day until I looked back at my college experience, and I remember we actually had this conversation in the poetry club that I was in, and through listening to the poetry club and thinking about it like all today, that's the answer that I came up with today.
Wow. Well, you did a damn good job. because the thing is, I never really thought about it that way, because I do consider love to be something of like a force, right? And the way you described it is basically like the summation of that, and it's actually a really neat description. I'm actually really curious to know if other people would agree with you, because I personally do. But I'm curious to know, because a lot of people are very cerebral about how they think about love, you know, like, oh, it's a chemical that's released in your brain, blah, 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 you know, but like, you know, a part of me kind of says that it's more, you know?
Yeah, I feel like it's an energy, but that was also like my answer to the last question. I think I just relate that to everything, like on a spiritual level. That's kind of my answers usually, instead of like a more scientific like answer. I usually think of like a more spiritual answer.
You're intuitive. You feel the answer, right? Is that how it is?
I guess you can say that. Yeah, it's more like that.
I can understand that. I'd say that, like, for me, maybe I'm a mix of both, because I feel like sometimes I wonder if I have a solid opinion about anything, because like the thing is, my philosophy is, if it doesn't work, leave it alone. You know, like if a way of thinking about something doesn't work, just leave it alone. That's it. So when it comes to like, you know, things that I think about, like how I think about them, all that stuff, it's like, well, does it make sense to me? If not, I think we can call it a day. You know? Yeah. So I just kind of I try to look at reality as what it is, which is crazy shit. A bunch of weird stuff. Like all this, dude, all this is weird. This is all weird. You ever think about that?
What do you mean?
Like how, like, have you ever thought about how strange the fact that we all exist, right? The fact that you've only ever seen through your eyeballs your entire life. Your brain is encased in darkness, but yet you see light. The fact that people form society, like everything is so strange. Like if you think about, oh shit. Sorry, I'll finish this. Everything is so strange when you think about it. You know? It's just odd, this whole thing we call existing. I like exploring.
Yeah, I find it, I would say more it's interesting than strange. I found it really interesting how everything works together.
That's probably the word I'd use too, actually.
Yeah,
it's
kind of mind-boggling.
Because when you think about it, like really think about it, yo, it's kind of freaky. But then at the same time, it's like infinitely interesting. You know?
The next AI is going to be, are we in a simulation?
Actually, you spoiled it. I'm so mad.
Wow.
You guys know me so well, because real shit, I was gonna go on a rant about the Matrix. I was gonna be at the end, I was gonna be like, all right, and on the next episode, Ayali episode 3, are we in a simulation? Tune in next time. You know?
I saw how you reacted when we said it in the common room the other day.
Damn it. Oh, well, listen, it was a pleasure having you on Liquid Nine Tails. Hopefully I hear from you every time, because you are great. You have good insight. All of you do, really, man. And real shit, I'm just glad that you're all here. You know, that's just me at the end of the day. So thank you.
No, thank you.
Nani, my heart. Okay, let me stop. All right, yo, have a good one. We're going to get to Kenna next, and thank you for calling in. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Alrighty. Up next in line is Kenna. Kenna. Can I get a 1, 2, 3? Can I get a soda? Can I get some chicken? Kenna, what's good? Welcome to the show, Ayali, episode 2. What is love? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you? What's good?
Man, I'm bulling, bro. You know what I'm saying? Out here with the shits. You know, let me stop. But yes,
No.
man. Basically, you know how it goes. The question will be asked, and you will be able to answer. You can ask me whatever you want to. Doesn't matter. We're here to have a dialogue. I'm gonna start the timer now. What you got?
So to piggyback off of Liquid's, like, yeah, definitely, I agree that love is this infinite divine force that kind of is everywhere. Like you can't like see it, you can't physically see it, but it feels like kind of like this universal like type currency where if you give someone or something love, it grows like exponentially. Like noticing when somebody's like cooking food, like, and if they put love into it, it changes the flavor instead of like
sorry, go
food
ahead.
being like normal. you get it being
I
like
know what
normal.
you're
It's like
saying.
somebody put love into that food. Someone put lots of love into growing these plants. It's like what
The
somebody
difference
actually does that.
between it's like the difference between mass producing it and having somebody literally hand making it in the kitchen.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just like you can put that towards anything. And I think like one point that I want to focus on is like I love how now increasingly we're focusing on self-love and self-worth and all that stuff of like, oh, how do you love yourself? Because for longer times we've been focusing on how to love other people and not ourselves. And it's just like, oh, I actually have to like take care of myself in a way. I have to love myself instead of putting like all my energy outward. I can put all that energy inward and take that force and put it inside of myself and what I want to do, essentially.
So you would definitely agree with the notion that love is this huge force, this fundamental. Would you say it's fundamental to life itself, maybe?
Yeah, I definitely say it's a building block.
I thought about it
it's
too.
a base. It's like thinking about like how was the universe made? Maybe love made it. Who knows?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you good. I recently found out something. There's this institution called Heart Math Institute. And they just recently found out that the way the heart thinks and the way it correlates with the brain, that it has its own intelligence and that you can actually track like what's going on in your heart and like how to calm yourself down, and reading other people and how their heart synced up.
Wait, you said how their heart sing? You like cut out for a second.
Oh, I keep remembering that it's just like you can become in tune with that love. So thinking that if love was a vibration, like a song, like you see the wavelength, and it's like you see that you can turn into that frequency and being able to
the frequency of love,
get into that groove. Yeah.
Damn.
And it's like thinking about love as in terms of like a frequency that we all can get into and extend that outwards. Like they have like these like training devices and stuff, and you can have like a device that tracks your heartbeat so that you can like get into the frequency of what love is. And love is that frequency that just is like, it helps you out.
That's actually amazing. I didn't know that. Love. I know that you can manipulate frequencies to fuck with certain parts of your brain and all this stuff, right? But I had no idea that love itself had a frequency that you could access.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
And it's accessible to everybody. You can. It's this thing that everybody can tap into. It's like it's what plants grow into or something like that, or photosynthesis or whatever. I don't know the specifics, but it's like
50 seconds, by the way.
Okay, it's like definitely something that you can take with you. And it's just like the way they say it is like most people live their lives as if they're like driving with one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake. And it's like it messes you up. It's not good for the car, and it's not good for like yourself. So try and get into that frequency of love and extend it outward, and all that love will come back to you eventually if you just extend it and just like shine as bright as you can.
Shine bright like a diamond. I'm not mad at that at all. You taught me something, man. Like, you know that, right? I didn't know that love had a frequency, man. And I actually didn't really, because you know what's really interesting, actually? I know we have 5 seconds left, but I'm just going to say this real quick. What's really interesting is that, like, it kind of connects back to, like, that religious type of thing, right? Where they'll say God is love or something like that. And God created the world, the universe. If God is love and God created the universe, essentially love created everything. And that's what you just said, you know? And it's really interesting seeing how that sort of lines up with with all these other things that we're talking about. I don't know. I'm not saying that I have all the facts, but
yeah,
it's definitely something to chew on.
But it's like thinking, like, just the last thought, like, what if everybody was able to tune into that frequency of love? Like, whether between friends or, like, family members or relationships, or just, like, what if everybody tuned into that? Like, would all problems stop? Who knows? That's a different question. But, all right, thanks for having me on, Alan.
I guess that's an answer. That's a question for another episode, huh? But, yeah, man, no problem, bro. Like, seriously, thank you for calling in. These answers have been phenomenal tonight. This is the best episode, even though there's only 2 of them. So you guys made it. You guys made it. I
had to ask the hard question. I hit him with the hard one.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Let me stop. Yo, thank you for calling in, man. I'm gonna get to Cullen's workshop up next, but seriously, thank you, yo. I appreciate it. With that being said, guys, look, man, I'm learning a lot from this. This is probably the most intense like amount of conversation that I've had with this subject. And I gotta say, you guys are teaching me a lot. I feel like I'm growing wiser because of it, and I have you guys to thank. So hopefully we all have something to learn from each other. And with that being said, we're going to bring in Cullen's workshop in a second. I just want to remind you guys that if you want to be part of the show, all you got to do is go into the Discord and go into the next in line section, and we'll keep it pushing. Thank you guys for being a part of this. All right, I'm going to be bringing Cullen's workshop in. Cullen's workshop, what is good? It is Ali, episode 2. What is love? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I was actually sitting, I was like, But I'm good, man. I'm getting ready to sort of hear more answers, honestly. Because I thought that this would be a really simple, like, love is, a feeling, and then it'd just be left at that. But it's actually turning out to be a lot more complex than I thought. But yeah, man, the format's pretty simple. I don't know if you know, but 5 minutes when I start the timer, you can answer however you feel, and then we can go. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Boom. What you got?
All right, so I basically think that love is the ability to communicate, like whether it be physically, mentally, spiritually. I feel like the romantic side of that is being able to do all 3 of those with somebody. Because if you just have 2 of those, maybe it's more of like a platonic love, whether it be like a physical and spiritual kind of connection with somebody and being able to communicate back and forth between each other. It's still not the complete package of like a romantic love.
So what makes it not the complete package? I'm curious. I like to ask questions in case you didn't know.
Because I feel like when you want that romantic connection with somebody, you want to have all 3 of those things. You don't want to not be able to communicate with somebody, whether it be mentally, spiritually, physically. That's why I think you have a lot of problems with relationships with people, and you see them like, they're having sexual issues with their relationship because they're not able to communicate either mentally or physically with each other on that aspect.
That's good. That's actually really good. So do you think that's why most marriages or relationships fall apart after a certain amount of time? Or what do you think changes as time goes on?
I think either they maybe didn't have that ability to communicate in one of those initially, and they kind of used another aspect as like a crutch, whether it be, you know, the physical aspect of their relationship, they relied too much on that and not enough, you know, whether it be the mental aspect, you know. And then as the relationship progresses, maybe they've forgotten how to communicate in all three of those aspects of their life.
I understand that. Damn. So what would you say is a way that this can be fixed? Because I know there's people out there that, you know, there's always going to be people out there with relationship issues, as far as I know. And I feel like more than anything, people sort of just want to find the solution. You know, is there a solution? And if so, what do you think it is? How do you communicate if you don't know how?
I think it's the ability to, you know, talk with each other. And if you're having those kind of problems, you've got to communicate them, you know, whether trying to find a way to put it into words and express your feelings to somebody about what you're lacking in a relationship. You know, like if you're a very creative person and maybe your partner isn't, and they want to go be more adventurous and maybe go out and do more physical activities, you've got to talk to each other and be like, you know, find a common ground somewhere in there.
So compromise.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I would say that's a really big deal when it comes to relationships. You got to be able to compromise, man. Like, you really got to be able to. And a lot of people aren't willing to. Or more importantly, a lot of people aren't willing to change. Because it's one thing to change on behalf of somebody else, where they're just like, you need to do this, you need to be like this. But it's another thing to straight up not grow or evolve at all while the other person does. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because like for me, I'm more of a creative person, so I like to explore more creative avenues and things like that. And if something's new, I'm willing to take that step and give it a shot. I may not like it, but I'm willing to try. And I feel like some people get stuck in that rut where it's always been this way, and they're scared or kind of stubborn in their desire to stay there. Yeah, because it's comfortable. Even though they're miserable, it's safe.
Ooh, yes. Fucking snaps. Or freaking snaps for YouTube. Let me stop. But yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Like, when people get comfortable, that's when things get dangerous, you know? Because you get complacent and you don't want things to change, when that's literally what life is. Life is change. And that's, I guess that's where a lot of people go haywire or go south with their relationships. It's because they don't expect anything to change, or they don't want anything to change, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And I think it also leads to cheating a little bit too, because, you know, you're missing one of those aspects in your relationship. So you found it in somebody else.
Absolutely. Oh, my God. Have you ever, I don't know if this is oh, shucks. I was going to ask. Well, I was going to ask if you've ever been cheated on before. I don't know if that's too personal or not. So you can answer that or not. It's cool. But if anything, oh, okay, go ahead. You can answer it.
Yeah, I have. I was over in Afghanistan during the time. So there was definitely, I think, a big lack of communication in a lot of different areas in our relationship just because of the circumstance. So I think that kind of led to it.
Damn. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I've been cheated on too. I understand how it feels. It's shitty. It's really shitty. But yeah, man. Is there anything that you want to say to anybody? Any last words you got?
No, not that I can think of.
All right. Cool. Well, listen. Cullen's Workshop, man. Thank you for calling in. Hearing your insight has actually helped me grow. Hearing all this insight is just beautiful to me. And I don't know, it's nice because it's nice hearing the voices of people that have been through stuff, you know? And yeah, man, thank you. Seriously.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Well, I'm about to continue on, but I will catch you later, my dude. Alrighty. So, There's no more callers in the queue. I actually think that was a really good episode. I might actually just end it here, you guys. I'm not gonna front. This was a really good episode. I can't wait to put this on YouTube. I'm not gonna need to edit anything. I didn't even edit anything from the first video. But yeah. If you guys enjoyed this episode today, please like, comment on what you think love is. What do you think love is? Subscribe. Do whatever you want. I don't care. At the end of the day, it's all the same. But this has been Ali episode 2, What is Love? And yes, man, I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Up next Tuesday, 8 p.m. PST, on my Twitch channel, www.twitch.tv/AliTheProdigy, I will be live doing another question, which is, are we in a simulation? All right, guys, this has been Ali the Prodigy. I am signing out for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ali is now done.